Welcome back to the Dwarven Fortress of Anvilquested, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Marcus Aurelius, and this is Dwarf Fortress 2014 edition, although it's now 2015. You know, I've been playing this series for over 6 months. 6 months is a lot of time. Now, granted, there were a lot more episodes in the early part of that time period, as now I do a lot of playing off camera to get things ready for our eventual fate, which is to fight the demons of the underworld. If you've been watching my series and you like what you see, but you don't feel like you have the time or the inclination to learn how to play the game, if it seems too complicated for you, I highly recommend you check out Daz24680's tutorial series, which he's currently in the middle of. He started it only about a month and a half or so ago, but he's already got more episodes than there are episodes of Anvilquested. It's amazing, some of the things he covers, but you might have seen me do a couple things and wonder how I did it, because I didn't focus much on it. Well, he has a video that covers everything. Everything. Like how to make a barracks, how to use a danger room, how to set up traps. It's really good. So I highly recommend that if you're interested in learning the game, or if you sort of play the game but want to be a better player, if there's certain advanced topics that you never quite wrapped your head around, that you check out Daz's series. But to catch you up to speed as to where we currently are, we have some goblins here that have invaded the fortress, and we lost many champion dwarves in the struggle to repel them, and soon we're going to have to let them back in and try to do it again. But not yet, because right now what we have to do is profile a dwarf. 121. 121 is actually one of our militia captains, and that is Daramos. There he is. Daramos is currently involved in archery practice. Daramos has 1 kill, a goblin. A male goblin? Yes, that's right. You know, by the way, someone told me in the comments a long time ago, and I'm just amazed by this and never know this was the case, but if you look at the symbol, right? If you look down in the corner here, there's a little male or female symbol, and that's how you can tell the gender, since a bag doesn't necessarily symbolize male or female. So that's pretty awesome. Okay, Daramos is the husband of Toadface. Daramos' parents are not in the fortress, but his maternal grandmother, Garai II, is, along with his maternal grandfather, Bloodrun II. His younger brother is elsewhere. His aunts are Catnip and Ara. His uncles are Micus, Sisyphean, Maureen, and Aerith Wunderkind. Actually, I'm sorry. Aerith is actually his cousin. I was going to say, how could a child... Well, I mean, it's possible, but unlikely. Krager Kveldjarn is on friendly terms. And that's it for family. He doesn't have much family here. No enemies, though, which is great. Alright, Daramos. Daramos is, of course, the captain of Daramos' destroyers. Come on. Come on. His last name is Atulkikrost, or Ford Stockade. Daramos is 28 years old. His profession, of course, is his own name, Daramos. He's a soldier, a militia captain. Within the last week, he felt horrified after witnessing death 30 times. -12. I'm not sure what that means. Maybe that's the level of horrifiedness. Within the last season, he felt nothing while in conflict. Afraid after experiencing trauma. Pleasure seeing a fine door. And bliss after sleeping in a very good bedroom. He is a Grand Master Marksdorf. Not quite legendary, but almost there. a high master archer with master discipline. He's proficient at dodging, and he's also competent at organizing, learning, and concentrating. He is adequate at teaching. I would like him to be better at teaching since he is the militia captain. His highest mutable skill is Weaver. He is often nervous. Oh, this new version, apparently, of Dwarf Therapist tells you a few more things. I did upgrade, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, to the new version of the game to solve the bug that we've been plagued with. Hopefully, it will do that. It also has introduced a lot of new things, which I am really enjoying, and I'll show you some in a moment. But moving on with Deramos. He is more likely to stumble obliviously and go stark raving mad. He can handle stress, however, which seems to be the opposite of the first sentence, but whatever. He revels in chaos and discord and encourages it whenever possible. He is quite polite. He prefers to present himself modestly and generally acts with a narrow focus on the current activity. He is inattentive to detail in his own work. I don't really care how detailed he is as long as he shoots straight and hits the goblins where he needs to. He is completely closed-minded and never changes his mind. He is very trusting. He likes a little excitement now and then. He doesn't care about nature one way or another. Not a big fan of elves, is Deramos. He values good craftsmanship. He disdains loyalty. He does not care about family one way or the other. No wonder it's so small, huh? He dreams of mastering a skill, and I hope that skill is killing goblins. His quote is, "I'm at my best under pressure," which is good for a militia captain, I suppose, and I'm trying to move this with the mouse, which I know is not possible. His somewhat greasy hair is extremely long. He is fat. His nose bridge is convex. His somewhat short ears are somewhat narrow. His hair is chestnut. His skin is copper. His eyes are copper. His lips are somewhat thin. He is slow to tire, but he is weak and quite susceptible to disease. Deramos likes orpiment, tin, blue diamond, giant tortoiseshell, picks, gauntlets, weapon racks, scepters, goblets, and rainbow trout for their coloration. When possible, he prefers to consume parsnip wine. He absolutely detests jumping spiders. He has a great feel for social relationships, a lot of willpower, very good creativity, a good memory, a good kinesthetic sense, a good intellect, and the ability to focus, but he has little natural inclination toward music. So that's Deramos. All right. Good to have you in the fortress. Good to have you leading our Marksdwarf squad. All right, well, before we get started, let's show a few things here. First of all, our friend Catnip, who we all know and love. Let's find him here. Catnip has named his shield. Right now, Catnip is watching a wrestling demonstration. We're going to go spy on him, like the big brothers that we are. There he is. All right, inventory. It's not Usantanan. It's also not Luzadzat. What? Oh, right. This is the skirt. Oh, and here's some one of the new things in this new version, which I think is really cool. It tells you for every item the properties. So this is an armor with a thickness of 10, coverage of 100%, fit for a dwarf. It tells you its temperature, its color, by the way, in case you're wondering, it's brown. And it tells you how much it is able to protect Catnip. The shear yield, I believe shear is like cutting, like a sword. Impact is like hitting. However, I don't know what these numbers mean in terms of that. I know it's an artifact. It should do wonderful things, but I don't know if it will or not. Yes, the rat leather skirt that was previously belonging to Elena Blades. But the thing that he named recently was Solamarist. Solamarist is a masterful hazelwood shield, and it is known as the National Assaults. I guess Catnip is becoming very patriotic, especially since the goblins killed a number of our military. Its color, by the way, is burnt sienna. And it has a 20% base block chance, and is fit for a dwarf. And it has a maximum sharpness of 1,000. Okay, not sure what that means. Or 10 berries. That might be percent, but I thought... Yeah, berries might be percent. That would make sense. But then what's bigger berries? Oh, degrees, maybe. 32, yeah, degrees Celsius. Okay, or centigrade. Whatever you Europeans call that crap. So the next thing we want to do is we want to look at our memorials. And we have quite a few now. I've also had to expand our artifact room into a second artifact room, because now that many dwarves have died, their named weapons are stored as artifacts, which is actually kind of cool. We can take a look at them. Maybe we can. Let's see. Somehow, we might be able to. There we go. For instance, here is... What is this? Loam's Smear. An iron crossbow, or Tome's Smear. And it tells you it's not edged, but it is indeed a ranged weapon. Its ammo is bolt with a shoot force of 1,000. I like this. I like this a lot. It has a projectile velocity of 200. It has one notable kill, the Grizzly Itches, the Forgotten Beast, and 7 other kills. The user of this crossbow, before he died, was Atlas, Bearded Gems, the dwarf. So now it will be held in our fortress as a wonderful artifact. Here's Börkur Eiríksson, which is an exceptional steel shortsword wielded by Ronin Copperblade. It has 9 kills. Endoclaz, a superior quality steel battle axe. It was wielded by both Mr. Frodo and the Mr. Me. It has 3 kills to its name, 2 of which are notable, 1 of which is just a troll. And then we have Ardesnanir Ish Arban, or author rhyme, the Bar of Cradling, which is a steel spear utilized by Bavette Argon, who had 4 kills, including a notable goblin kill. So you can see that I like this kind of. They're utilizing the named weapons as artifacts. Although the masterful pecan shields that don't have anything to be said about them probably shouldn't be included. However, it is burnt sienna, in case you were wondering. So let's look at our memorials. First and foremost, outside of here, and I'm going to surround it by 2 steel statues, is our church memorial to Gordash. Gordash was our militia commander since the foundation of Anvilquested, so I felt like he deserved a special placement. This is an exceptional church memorial to Gordash. Oltar Ronshen. The slab reads, in memory of Gordash, born in 58, struck down by the goblin Atu Seduce Realms, the random dimensions of midnight. In Magozatasp, the crazed sieges, in the year 159. Militia commander of the Mountain of Distraction, 150 to 159. Slayer of the Minotaur, the Tunnel of Pulp. Loving mother and wife. Lover of battle axes. Oh, perhaps Gordash should have been in the melee squads then. So let's see, where does the new stuff start? Did it start? Did we already talk about? No, I think it starts with Mr. Frodo? Yeah. Okay, so Mr. Frodo. This is a masterful church memorial to Mr. Frodo, Ustuthekes, created by Ursula. The slab reads, in memory of Mr. Frodo, born 53, struck down by the goblin Atu Seduce Realms, the random dimensions of midnight. In the crazed sieges in the year 159, slayer of the troll, Snowdub, kindling stolen. So this guy, Atu Seduce Realms, is a real pain in our butt. Here's a gray church slab to Atlas. This is a masterful church memorial to Atlas Durad Kadol, created by Ursula. The slab reads, in memory of Atlas, born 62, struck down by the goblin Atu Seduce Realms, the random dimensions of midnight. In the crazed sieges in the year 159, slayer of the forgotten beasts who will remain unnamed, loving father and husband. And brand new to the fortress, died far too soon. This is a masterful church memorial to Seriu Lakat Mazib, created by Cameron. Really? Not Ursula? Huh. The slab reads, in memory of Seriu, born 63, struck down by the goblin. Gee, I'm surprised here. Atu, seduce realms, the random dimensions of midnight. In the crazed sieges in 159. Loving mother and wife, at one with cat's eye. Not much to say about Seriu. She was only in the fortress for a short time. Huga, however, was in the fortress for a bit longer. This is a masterful church memorial to Huga Stinthadusim, created by Cameron. The slab reads, in memory of Huga, born 77, struck down by the goblin Atu, seduce realms. Devoted father and husband, lover of red tourmaline. This is a masterful church memorial to the Zax. Bisektun, created by Ursula. The slab reads, in memory of the Zax, born 76, struck down again by Atu, seduce realms, in the crazed sieges in the year 159. Slayer of the troll Zoka Sterunians, loving father and husband. This is a masterful church memorial to Sheridan Carbuncle, the Duchess's mother. And Sheridan Carbuncle earned a name. She earned a title. Holy crap. I just don't know what it is, because she's dead, and it's in Dwarven. But it's Sheshek Eshtan. The slab reads, in memory of Sheridan Carbuncle Sheshek Eshkan Tan. Born 72, struck down by the goblin Kutzmob, Steam Hatred, with a silver scimitar in the crazed sieges. I wonder how come the people that Atu seduced realms killed, we don't get to see what he used. Oh well. In the year 159, loving mother and wife, admirer of goats. Okay. We need to figure this out. This needs to be figured out. Let's do, dead dwarves. Let's see if that'll help us out here. Sheridan Carbuncle. Come on, give me something. No. I can't view her. I can't do anything. Okay. Number 2. Let's look for her tomb. That's not... Oh, here we go. Huga, Atlas, the Zax, Ronan. Sanctum Stone, Avalorn. Where are you, Sheridan? Sheridan Carbuncle. Okay. What can we do here? Can we look at it? Okay. Her rotten, mangled corpse. No. It's just her dwarven name. Sheshekishtan. Why, game? Why are you doing this to me? We all want to know what her title is. She's our first dwarf with a title. Okay, so I looked at the unit list. It didn't show it there. I looked at her corpse. It didn't show it there. It wasn't on her tombstone. So where else could I possibly get this information? Maybe through family? So let's do Brunor Battlehammer. And then relations. Oh, you know what, folks? I'm so stupid. It's just her last name. I named the dwarf with 2 different names, Sheridan Carbuncle, so I thought that the Sheshekistan was a title, but it wasn't. It was just her original dwarven last name. All this excitement for nothing. I truly apologize. Wow, I feel dumb. Totally dumb. Feel free to laugh at me in the comments. That's perfectly acceptable. All that time, how long did it take? Like 3 minutes off the video? I'll record for 3 minutes extra. Give you that time back. Finally, we have a church memorial to Ronan Copperblade. This is an exceptional church memorial to Ronan Copperblade. Kibalath. The slab reads, in memory of Ronan, born 117, suffocated, slain by the goblin Song Fellmute with a copper shield in the Cray sieges in the year 159. Slayer of goblins, loving father and husband. So, wait, it didn't say? Yeah, struck down by the goblin. It doesn't say with what? Did he punch him? I don't know. That's weird how it does it for some, but not for others. Yeah. Come on, Marcus, you idiot. So those are our fallen heroes. And they deserve respect for what they have done for Anvilquested. What else is going on? We haven't made any progress in the trap room yet. I'll do that off camera, and hopefully we'll be able to fight the demons soon. But in the meantime, let's see if we can't finish off these goblins, shall we? So the first thing we want to do is we want to set our military alerts, our civilian alerts, to danger. First step. Second step, we want our squads. Let's go with Bumshape's Bandits, McWinfield's Mob, and Deramos's Destroyers. Now, you'll notice some things have changed in our military. I'm not going to go into that in this episode. Next episode, we're going to discuss the changes in our military, and we're also going to have a draft. But that will be next episode. This episode, we are going to be finishing off, hopefully, the goblins, because our fortress needs to be preserved. So let's move here. McWinfield, you can be here. And Bumchafes can be here. Okay, let's get them ready. We currently are low on marble, so obviously work is stopped now because I've got everybody in danger, but as you can see, I'm digging out marble anywhere I can find it here in the walls of this cavern lair, down here. I also have a marble floor, and I'm of course digging out as much of it here as I can as well. Now, this work will continue on this floor because I've set the whole floor as safe. Alright, as you can see, we have plenty of food. Though we fell below 1,000 in drink, so I'm working on that. Oh wait, they're ready. Let's do this. I've already forgotten, however, which one is the drawbridge. Because there's so many now. Outer security gate. Inner security gate. So it's the outer security gate, I believe. Okay, let's pull that sucker. Come on. You know you want to do it. Alright, goblins, come on in. Come on in, the weather's fine. Well, at least somebody's starting to shoot. Alright, if they're going to be that way, I don't really care. But I'm going to... Oh, wow, the miasma. People are not going to like that. Let's go E, F, G, and let's move them all here in the middle, then. Wow, the miasma is everywhere. Oh well, our military's tough. And still, only one person's at neutral. 2 and 2 are happy and kind of very happy, I guess. And 186 are ecstatic. Nice. Is everybody else just out of ammunition? It only seems like one guy is firing, and it's been a little bit of time after the last episode, so they should have ammunition. I've given them a rest period. But it looks like they don't. Well, folks, this is the time of truth. This is where we test whether or not this version of the game has fixed the bug with the military. So squads, Oscar, Catnip, Bavette, and Elena Blades. And I guess I have to quickly explain to you, I disbanded the possums. I put the possums in whichever squad had the weapons that they were skilled at, and the rationale behind that was the death of Saryu. What I discovered is that there is simply not enough time between now and the end of the series to train up a melee dwarf effectively. It's a complete waste of time. So I put whatever melee dwarves remained in these 4 squads, got rid of the possums, and I'm going to be drafting next episode for more Marks dwarves, which is something that even with little training, they can be useful because the more shots they take, the better they get. So even if we put someone untrained against the demons, as long as they keep shooting, they'll get better. All right, here's where we see if this works or not. We're gonna move, and we're gonna move here. And we'll see if that works for us. These dwarves are more than a match for these goblins under normal circumstances. Who's leading the charge? Who's the bravest of them all? Gotrek Gurnison. Oh, sprinting! Nice. Success. All the goblins are done. I heard a bell chime. I've never really heard that before, so I'm trying to figure out what that was. Page up. Siege was broken. That's what the bell chime means. The siege was broken. Gustav entered a martial trance and just went nuts. Let's see how things went. So we have Gustav. Gustav, death. This cannot horrify me. He bashes the goblin bowman in the head with her, Kurik Gethor, bruising the muscles, jamming the skull through the brain and tearing the brain. Gustav took down the goblin. Tim Tebow, death. This cannot horrify me. Death. It is all around us. This cannot horrify me. I'm not sure what he's doing, actually. He charges at Howat Redlips, collides with Howat Redlips, and they tangle together and tumble forward. Prior to that, he strikes the goblin bowman in the right lower arm with his cherrywood shield, fracturing the bone through the cave spider silk cloak. Okay. So Tim was a little clumsy there. Interesting. Oscar. While Oscar may not be the militia commander, it is Bumchase, Oscar is still the greatest of all of our melee dwarves. He hacks the goblin hammerman in the left lower leg with his Vuk na Distrath, and the severed part sails off in an arc, so chops off one leg, chops off an arm. Wow. Strikes the goblin hammerman in the left lower arm, bruising the bone through the cloak. Nice. What else did he sever off here? Right upper arm severed off, fracturing the bone. And I think that's it. Because how could he be sparring and fighting at the same time? Not really sure. Somehow, some way, they were. That's weird. Or am I looking on the wrong? No. Here's like a cat and a merchant. That's way a long time ago. Interesting. Who killed the dwarves? Or the goblins? There was quite a few of them. I guess we'll never know. That's weird, the reports are so weird. Let's see, Goblin Bowman. Elena Starbreeze hacks the Goblin Bowman in the head with her Oberstigaz, bruising the skin through the cave spider silk hood. Then Gustav bashes the goblin. Okay, so this is what just happened. So Howat Redlips, Elena Starbreeze, and Gustav, and Tim Tebow were all working together on this Goblin Bowman. Prior to that, there was a Goblin Pikeman. Gustav bashes the goblin pikeman in the left upper leg with her Kurik Gethor, chipping the bone, which causes the pikeman to fall over, give in to pain, losing hold of everything, and then Gotrek Gurnisson uses her steel battle axe to sever off the goblin's head. Another pikeman had a silver warhammer lodged firmly into the skull by Haunter. Goblin swordsman, silver warhammer lodged firmly in the wound by Haunter in the skull. Goblin axeman, Narian wolf hacks the goblin axeman in the head with her Odthan Nothilithakath, and the severed part sails off in an arc. After Hammurabi punches the goblin axeman in the fifth toe, which causes the goblin axeman to fall over and lose hold of her helm, shield, and hood. Good job, Hammurabi. Then we got Haunter bashing the goblin hammerman in the upper body with his silver warhammer, bruising the muscle and fracturing the right true rib through the cave spider silk cloak. Okay, folks, so not really confirmation that the bug is completed, or sorry, that it's gone, but we had a successful battle, and nobody was standing around looking lost, so I'd say that's a win-win. We're going to go into the military alert schedule here and set our civilians to inactive, and that will be the end of this episode. Next episode, we will have a draft for who will fill out our Marksdwarf squadrons. Once again, I am Marcus Aurelius. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.